What up, Space Fam? Goes in here from Anime Up. We're back at it again to discuss the latest and craziest developments in the One Piece story. And wow, do we ever have a legendary, historic chapter to cover today. In many ways, this chapter is exactly what we've been waiting for a long time. So make sure to stay tuned for this one. If you do enjoy these One Piece videos and want to keep them coming, the best thing you could do is channel Pirate King Within and smash that like button like it was a giant blue dragon. Always remember that smashing is Pirate King energy and passing is Orochi energy. So choose wisely. If you haven't, make this the video you subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications or you will miss future One Piece updates. And while you wait for the next chapter to drop, feel free to check out my growing One Piece playlist that includes videos on all the YONKO, Warlords, Admirals, and much more. Link to that is in the description. And now, without further ado, let's jump into it, spoilers and all. So this chapter is called Tennozan Turning Point, and Tennozan pretty much means a critical advantageous twist and is used often in games like Go and Shogi. And since we had the whole Go metaphor running throughout this war, it's a pretty perfect title to use. Oda himself acknowledges that this is a critical chapter, so we better pay attention. It starts in the Flower Capital as people are partaking in the festival. We get a flashback of how Tama couldn't wait and do nothing and went to help, and help she really did thanks to her fruit powers. It's a really touching moment as we see Tenguyama Hitetsu hoping and begging for Tama's safety. It's interesting how these characters who wear masks can sometimes bring on the feels. I'm thinking about Sakonji from Demon Slayer as well. And we get some great panels from Oda as we see a little dark shape from the festival, and Oda zooms in to reveal it's Kaido's flying castle, pretty much already visible from the capital already, especially if the clouds weren't there to block it. We rejoin the two dragons, Momo and Kaido. We're also told that Master Yamato is alone on the roof injured. Again, crazy to think how many times she's challenged Kaido, and yet again Kaido left her alive. I'm hoping we get some more and much needed Kaido characterization soon that will help shed light on how exactly he views Yamato and her importance to him. We see Luffy riding a dragon again, and I made a point out of how hype that was last time as well, and here we have it being emphasized verbally as it stated that the pink dragon is challenging the Azure dragon, and it's being ridden by Straw Hat Luffy. It's like when the cursed dragon fused with Gaia the Fierce Knight to create Gaia the Dragon Champion. In other words, for the non-OG Yu-Gi-Oh weebs, very hype indeed. Yamato is still there putting together all the evidence and remembering that Momo wished he could turn into a monster like Kaido's dragon form. As I keep saying, can't wait for Momo to turn into his human or even hybrid form, and for Yamato to see the Odin resemblance. That reaction of Odin's #1 fan will no doubt be priceless. Queen quickly realizes that Yamato must have been keeping Kaido busy, and that there's no doubt this dragon is hostile towards them. And I just love how hilarious Luffy is here. His conversations with Momo are the best. Kaido is about to launch his famous blast breath, a Yonko's blast breath, and Luffy is just like, alright Momo, counter it with your own breath. Oh my god, it's so funny. Momo is just like, there's no way I can do that, bro. But to his credit, he does appear to dodge the attack, which is honestly just as good. He tells Luffy again to remember that he's in no position to fight right now. Remember, he's still mentally a kid and he's facing off against a Yonko, so his nervous sweats are totally justified. Luffy jumps off the dragon and with an elephant gun smashes Kaido's giant dragon into the ground. I know it usually leaves no lasting damage on Kaido, but visually I just love seeing Luffy's tiny figure by comparison punch around something as big as Kaido's dragon. We then see that Luffy randomly asked Momo to bite Kaido. I love how straightforward our future Pirate King is. Obviously Momo is hesitant and to himself feels like there's no way he can do it. He does have some PTSD after all. He remembers the burning castle, him screaming out for his mother, Kaido lifting his powerless crying self up and threatening his life. But you know Momo is the man, so he pushes through and actually bites hard into Kaido, using the memory of when Kaido called his father a fool as motivation. As usual with Oda, at first it seems like it might have done some damage, but then Kaido calmly looks over and asks, "What are you doing, brat?" It's as if he's responding to an annoying fly and nothing else. Momo thinks about how Kaido ruined Wano, how his parents would be alive if not for Kaido, and then the bite evidently served its purpose as Luffy comes in with another powerful punch, sending Kaido flying. It makes my heart smile when Luffy says nice going Momo, because I know how much those few words must mean to our future Shogun. We then jump to some other fights, and they may not be the main attraction, but boy do they take an interesting turn. It doesn't look good initially for Inuarashi and Nekomamushi. It's mentioned that we've seen the last of the moon tonight, since dragons call forth storm clouds. It's unlikely with two dragons that it'll show itself again. Without their Sulong forms, Jack thinks he will beat Inuarashi, and Perospero thinks he will beat Nekomamushi. It's as good as done in their opinions. Jack even says one more hit and he probably would have been done. Perospero similarly knows how lucky he is about the moon and simply says Nekomamushi will lose because of his bad luck. As Nekomamushi and Inuarashi look like they are on the verge of utter defeat, we jump back to Luffy, who proclaims that Momo just bit one of the 4 emperors and asks, after doing that, does anything in the world still seem scary to you? I absolutely love this pep talk, and yeah, knowing you bit the strongest creature in the world and live to tell about it is a pretty cool motivational boost, and definitely a fun story to tell at parties. Momo finally spits out no, aka he's not scared of anything, and I love seeing Yamato's shining face and expression as she's witnessing this. You can tell that morale is super high for our side right now. Luffy then sends Momo to fly and stop Onigashima from landing on the capital. We predicted this would be the case, but love the way Luffy gave him the confidence to do it, and it's the perfect job for a would-be protector of Wano. More importantly, it's a job only he could do right now, and he's going to do it. Zoro and Sanji overheard and are shocked at the idea that that dragon is Momo. Even though they get a small moment in this chapter, it's still great to see Zoro and Sanji back to back conversing as they take on Kaido's 2 strongest fighters. Absolutely love it. We get Luffy acting epic as Luffy does, and he stares down the dragon, proclaiming again that he will definitely beat Kaido. You gotta give it to him, Luffy is one persistent mofo. Between Momo and Luffy, the forces are in an uproar, gaining a huge morale boost. These two are definitely leaders to be able to bring about this kind of reaction. Big Mom is being Big Mom and just laughs at how rambunctious Luffy is being, even calling him a brat still. Looking forward to the moment where she stops laughing and starts taking Luffy seriously. I also loved Kid's reaction. He initially also spoke of taking down Kaido, but he's pretty much made his peace with the fact that he won't be the one to do it, and tells Luffy, you better beat Kaido. It's a beautiful reaction, while Law simply wonders where Luffy has been all this time. We see Nami, Tama, Frankie, and others celebrating Luffy's arrival and encouraging him to go get Kaido. Kaido is not just playing around anymore and even turns into his hybrid form. Again, he asks if Luffy really thinks he has a chance against the YONKO, the so-called strongest creature in the world, and Luffy says, as long as I'm breathing, anything can happen. I love that so much. Luffy bringing this kind of attitude to life, and the challenges that present themselves to him are exactly what One Piece is about. And then it happens. The clashing of 2 Conqueror's Haki users happens, and the sky splits overhead. The heavens have split. It has happened. As you probably know, this has happened with Shanks and Whitebeard in the past, and with Kaido and Big Mom. It's pretty much a characteristic of 2 Yonko clashing at this point, and even though Luffy has been called the 5th Emperor because of his feats, he never had this kind of sky-splitting moment to show his power was up to snuff. But now, there is no doubt about it, Luffy is officially an Emperor, or at least Emperor level. That's pretty much what Oda is telling us here with this panel. He is fighting with Kaido as an equal now, and it's so hyped to be here. This is the turning point that the title is referring to, a historical moment for all of us One Piece fans. The heavens have split, and because of that split, the moon has been revealed to the shock of Jack and Perospero. Sulong, Neko, and Inu use Odin one sword style to cut them down. I love how Nekomamushi even mentions you were saying something about luck to Perospero. It's almost like a reaffirmation that Luffy doesn't wait to be lucky, he makes his own luck by never giving up. And we're told by the narrator, so it's official, Big Mom's eldest son and Jack and All-Star have been defeated. So anyone who talked down on the Scabbards, I think this shows just how useful they can be. Yeah, they didn't beat Kaido, but I don't think anyone expected that, but taking down an All-Star is nothing to sneeze at. The turning point started with Luffy, and then these victories made it even more pronounced. It's possible because of the title of this chapter that this critical turn will lead to a more or less straight path to victory for our side. It's like they were riding to the top of a cliff and the rest is downhill with gravity on their side. Obviously, I don't think it'll ever be too straightforward against a Yonko, let alone the strongest creature in the world, but things definitely look amazing right now for our side. Finally, we also see Orochi, and this shouldn't be a surprise because I mentioned that with his power, he could still very well be alive, and I'm hoping Momo gets to be the one to finish him off, but we'll see. The cowardly mythical zone user is shocked that Jack is defeated, but then remembers it's not his problem. After all, everyone is his enemy now, which seems rather fitting for such a shady dude. And that is it, the end of this epic chapter. MVP has to go to Luffy for me. My boy is officially Yonko level, and that's only the beginning. He's playing to beat Kaido, not just tie with him. The end of this war is definitely getting near if we believe the title, and this really is the critical point where the rest of the dominoes will start falling into place. As always, let me know your thoughts on this chapter and what you most look forward to happening next. If you did enjoy this chapter review and want to keep them coming, you know what to do. Channel the Pirate King within and smash that like button with no mercy. Smash it like it was a giant blue dragon. Always remember that smashing is Pirate King energy and passing is Orochi energy, so choose wisely. If you haven't, make this the video you subscribe, and this is crucial. Hit that notification bell to turn on all notifications or you will miss future One Piece updates. And you can bet moving forward the chapters will be straight fire just like this one. And while you wait for the next chapter to drop, feel free to check out my growing One Piece playlist. That includes videos on all the Yonko, warlords, admirals, and much more. Link to that is in the description. And until next time, see ya, Space Cowboys.